You know those beautiful dewy product shots where it looks like the drink just came right out of the cooler? We are going to create that realistic condensation look using glycerin and a few simple tools to create this image. Here's what you're going to need. Glycerin, of course. You can find this at a local craft store, pharmacy, or even on Amazon. Water, a spray bottle or pipette, and of course, your product. Jumping into the studio. Okay, here's what we've got so far. We've got a pink backdrop, which I am probably going to replace in post anyways. I've got a block because I want to prop my product up on top of the block, shoot from a lower angle, just to give it that hero vibe. Then I'm going to place my product on top, and then my lighting situation, I have got one bare bulb light up top here that's kind of out of frame, and then I have my foam board, which is just two small pieces of foam board taped together, and I'm going to bounce some of that light back into the shadows so that I have a beautiful gradient across the front of the product. It's gonna look pretty. And then, of course, I have the glycerin that we just mixed. So this one is 2 parts water, 1 part glycerin. And then these other two, these little pipettes that I have, this one is also just a smaller bottle of the same proportions. And then this one, I just did straight glycerin if I wanted to do some thicker water droplets. So we will get the lights turned on, the camera turned on. And now that everything's set up, we will start spraying it down and styling the scene. And I have just placed it where I want it for the image. I have it all framed up nicely. I have a paper towel here just to clean up any additional drops, but I have my spray bottle that I'm going to spray it so that I can get some little droplets. And then I have my straight glycerin that I can go in and place those intentional droplets. And I'm just going to put this towel under there and just give it a little spritz. And you can see some of those droplets are just sticking to it. But now I want to make some that are bigger or place them in spots that I want. So I'm just going to come in with my little dropper and make some of these bigger. And it's just going to add more depth to these drops. And I can even do a lot and have some of them to start to drip a little bit more. I'm going to clean up the spots around the can that I don't need drips. And if there's any like blobs where it's just a smear, you can just clean it up with the paper towel and go through and add more to those spots. You want this to be random so that it doesn't look too strategically placed, but also style it up what you think looks best. Okay, once I am happy with how that looks, I'm going to bring in my bounce board so that as my light comes down, I'm going to fill in this side of the shadows. So I'm going to take 3 different images. I'm going to take an image focusing on this section up top here, the mid section, and then the lower section. And that way I am just getting all images in focus when I bring it into Photoshop. So I am going to get that first top image. My settings are f14, 1/160th of a second, and ISO 100. Get that last shot. And then the last thing that I'm going to do, I have a bit of a hot spot right here on the product. I have just some paper that's really fine. I'm going to just hold this up where my light is and diffuse that spot just a little bit and take that photo. And that is just going to diffuse that hot spot a little bit more. So take that shot. And you can see that that helped to diffuse the hot spot. And so I can take that part of the image in Photoshop and diffuse that area and then have all of the other images stacked on top to have more of that harsh light style. I'm liking how that's looking from the images. Now I would take it into post and do my final retouching. And that is it. You've got yourself a quick, super effective way to make that condensation and make your product shots just look chef's kiss. If you tried this trick, tag me. I'd love to see what you create. Don't forget to do the things. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.